Today we're going to make some pumpkin pie, and in regards to some comments that I received thankfully on a previous video, I'm going to try and just relax and smile and breathe and have confidence and all that stuff, even though this is a very time-consuming and complex procedure. We're going to make some pumpkin pie, and I'm making the video because I was going to make some pumpkin pie and I thought, you know, why don't I make a video? So that's why we're here today. You're watching me doing the thing that I was just going to do anyway this morning. It took a little bit more time and preparation, but we're going to get right to it. And so okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to get out a couple of eggs. Okay, just, you know, put them in your bowl over here. No, don't put them in your bowl. Just put them in this bowl, and you can beat them now or later, but I think I'm going to beat them after I get my sugar mixture together. So I'm going to set that aside. And what I have here in this bowl is I have 2/3 cup of sugar, almost, and then I have a 1/3 cup of brown sugar, which I had packed down. I'll put that in there. Okay, and then I'm looking at my notes. And then I have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Put that in there. And then I have 1 whole teaspoon of cinnamon. Put that in there. And then I have my spice mixture. Besides the cinnamon, anyway. I have 3 different things here. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and I have 1/4 teaspoon of cloves. You don't need many cloves. Cloves go a long way. Okay, so put that in there. Then I'm going to mix that all up. Chop out the brown sugar. Maybe a fork would work good in here. It's not breaking up real good. Smash it against the side, and then it should break up a little better. It's doing good. You know, brown sugar is what it is. It's not going to get all the clumps out, but I guess as long as it's broken up good enough and it looks like kind of that, you're all mixed up and you're good. So, and I'll set that aside. Okay. Alright, the next thing is, let's see, pumpkin, sugar mixture, and eggs. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix together. This is 16 ounces of pumpkin, 1 can of pumpkin. Oh, by the way, always have water nearby. Drink your water, get hydrated, okay? Hold on a second, please. Drink water. Okay, so we got my pumpkin, and I've got my sugar. I'm going to mix the sugar together. I'm going to add the sugar mixture stuff together. Like that. Okay, add 2 eggs and I'm gonna beat them real good. I really like this bowl because it's bendable. I think that's good enough. Get them real mixed up there, and then I'll just add them here to that stuff. Okay, you know, one thing I'm gonna do, when I have egg stuff, I rinse it out right away. So I'll do that. If you mix it out right away, you don't have to worry about it all sticking to your, and having to worry about all that later. It comes out real easy when you do it right then. Okay. Add blah blah blah. Oh, okay, so I guess I'll mix that up. I'll mix my mixture up that I have here. I think that looks good. Okay, and then, okay, now, some recipes will tell you add a whole 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. In my opinion, that is way too much milk. All you need is 9 ounces of evaporated milk. That's it. 9 ounces of evaporated milk. So that's what I put in. And you just gradually stir it in. Okay, now I have mine broken up into the 9 ounces here. I'm going to put this first ounce in. And again, eggs and milk you want to rinse out right away, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to stir this 1 ounce in, because gradually adding the evaporated milk is a really good idea. So I'm going to do that. And scraping the bowl on a regular basis, getting the bottom and everything is a really good idea. Okay, that's good. Okay. And then I'm going to add a little bit more milk. And I'm doing this funny, I know, but gradually stir that in. I don't know why you're supposed to do it gradually, but that's what the recipe says, so that's what I do. I just kind of stir it around like that. Slowly. It's a lot of milk, you know, so gradually adding it, I think that maybe you just need to not pour it all in at once, but you can pour it in, stir type deal, so you're not standing here all day. Give you another peek. Okay, I'm just going to put it all in there. rinse out my cup. So obviously the 9 ounces of evaporated milk is 1 cup plus 1 ounce, you know. And what I did there is I had 1 ounce of milk, regular milk, and 8 ounces of evaporated milk. Not for any specific reason except for I'd already used 3 ounces from, anyway, I only had 8 ounces of evaporated milk, so I had to put in 1 ounce of regular milk. But normally I have the can of 12 ounces of evaporated milk, and I put 9 ounces of that in here. Okay. We're going to use those in a little bit, so let's see what needs to be done next. Okay, I've got everything that I need to in there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to set that aside, and I'm just going to stick that in there, and move these over somewhere. I'm going to rinse off this one spoon. So the next thing we're going to do is roll out the dough. I've already made it. I do not have a tutorial on how to make that yet, but I will. I will one day, hopefully, make a video on how to make the crust that I make. Because I feel that it's really, really, really good. It's much better than the kind you can get at the store. My thing where I'll put it. I have my dough. I take it right out of the fridge. Put some flour down on this thing here. Flour off to the side that I want to scrape in a little bit. I'm going to leave this open because I might need some more. So I want to have it ready for me. Okay, and I take my dough straight from the fridge. And I had a little bit of dough left over from another project that I did, some other dough that I made from the same batch, but it was another 1 crust thingy. So I'm going to set that right on top, see what happens. Never done that before, but same dough. Okay, and I guess we'll throw this away. Bye-bye. And we just start rolling it out. I'm going to make myself a little bit more room. Okay. Breaking apart on sides. I see that. That's okay. It'll be coming together. It's all going in the pan. Doesn't matter if it's breaking apart now because you can just pinch it together when it gets in the pan and everything's gonna be just fine. Okay, now since I've been pushing on it for a while here, I'm gonna take my handy dandy, really thin spatula thing. It's really thin, so periodically I go under it. All right, around under it so it's not sticking. Okay. I need to find a better place for my plate there, but just roll it out real quick here. Thin. I try to get it thin, thin, thin. And again, we really just need to do it quickly because of the butter. You don't want the butter getting all warm. So that's more important than the holes and all that jazz. Again, get my thingy. And with all the flour down there, it works out really good. I'm going to stick it right there. With all the flour underneath and around the sides, it helps to push that underneath, and so that when you're scraping it, aha, now it's coming up on my, oh, we're just going to make a mess over here and clean it up later. Okay, let's put some of this on there. We don't want to add a whole lot of extra dough. But if it's sticking, you need the dough. Again, it's more important sometimes to do something you don't really want, you know, normally, just to have your end result be good. Okay, thin, and as you'll notice, I go one way, then I go the other, and that kind of shoves it to wherever I want to go with it. If I want it to go this way, if I want it to go that way, I shove it that way and it kind of goes that way. I think we're about ready here to put it in the pan, which I have. I think we're good. Okay, and I won't be using this anymore, so we'll stick right there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is get you over there. Put you over there. No. Let me do that. Alright, so I have my pan, and I pre-cut this out. To do that, you put it around there. I take my fingernail, I go just to make a line, and then I take it up, fold it, cut out the circle, and I've got my circle. I don't know if you saw any of that, but yeah, fold it. Anyway, so that's what I do for my rim, and I'm going to put it on there before I fill it. So, but first I have to have my pastry in there, obviously. So then I take, ooh, do need this. Good thing everything's clean. So, okay. Normally I put this on a plate, but okay. Alright, so we're going to take this, fold it on there. And just pick it up like that and bring it over. It will listen to you. It will do what you want it to do. Okay, put about halfway there. Make sure you got enough on this side. You can hold it here for a minute. It'll be just fine. You don't need to rush rolling it out onto the thing. Make sure you got enough left on the rolling pin to take it to the other side. If not, pull it right here, because you don't want to pull it in the pan. Okay, and then let it fall. Okay, I'm going to put this over on my plate. Okay, now at this point, we've got holes. It's up a little bit, so you want to kind of lift it up from the side and push it down. Pat together the hole places. Here, I'm going to patch together that. And again, I'm going to lift it and push it down a little bit on the sides. Lift it from the side, push it down. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to have some I've got extra stuff, so some can go in other places. I'm going to cut it off, see if I need it. What am I doing?